What's up guys, Barry Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Chances are this is probably going to go pretty poorly, but I've been trying to find out what a really good defensive team can be in Arena, and I want to go with like the Outlast team that no one can possibly beat. So we're going to be going up against a lot of enemies here. Again, we're kind of just tanking our Arena ranking right now just because, oh man, it's going poorly. But what I want to do is I want to try to run a type of team that's just like the most unkillable thing possible, and I think that's going to include putting in heroes like Igor, Mr. Treeman. Ulmus is really cool for that. Thorin, because he has multiple lives. I feel like we do need some sort of support though, and the best hero I feel like we could put in this team is probably going to be Damian. Now there's one thing I was considering dropping, and that is dropping Thorin to put a Niru in, because Niru can give an extra long life, and that's kind of what I'm thinking I want to do right here. I kind of want to do something like this team setup right here. I want to keep Niru very protected at the beginning, so I want to make sure he's not getting grouped up by the enemy Aaron. We're doing the CC combo, as you guys know, and honestly, man, you know what? I don't even know which one. I like the delay tactics of Confining Spell, but Awakening Spell is a good heal at the very end. Let's see how this goes. Again, we're going up against a team that doesn't have healers, which means there's a lot of damage that's going to be coming in, and I don't know if we're going to have the damage to out DPS them. This is probably our worst matchup because it has the most damage. This team would probably do better against the ones that have like a Haywin and a Damian combo, because then they only have like 2 true damage dealers. Let's see how this turns out. In case you guys didn't know why we're running Niru, when he has Mythic Plus, basically cast the ultimate on the nearest enemy without consuming energy at the beginning of battle, and this basically, because we have it up to level 2, when they turn to spirit form they don't lose HP, so they can just keep on fighting and keep on going. So let's see how this turns out. I honestly have no clue what's going to happen here. My goal though is to find like one of the craziest good defensive teams, and the goal here is not even to win the battle, it's to have this timer run down to 0. Now the problem here is Niru doesn't do much besides put that ability on Igor, and it's really going to come down to the combination of Igor in the spirit form and Ulmus in his range form, because Ulmus is going to keep putting, oh no, see, this is what I was afraid of. Because Scarlita exists on this team, this is the worst thing possible for us. Why? Well, because she can just yeet people off the battlefield. Now granted, Damian Ulmus combo is really strong at the end, because Ulmus is also going to be able to put a shield on himself too. He's actually putting out a decent amount of damage here, which I'm honestly surprised about. But every time Damian puts that chariot back out, it basically full heals this Ulmus again, which is actually really nuts. Oh, this is the power of Damian, is when you get to the late rounds of these battles, and again, this, I don't even know if he's going to be able to out damage it. Our goal here is to see this timer hit 0. That is the most important part here, because again, we're trying to build a defensive team, and when you're on defense, you don't need to win the battle, you just need to make sure the enemy doesn't win the battle. And honestly, we are so close to, oh wait, we actually got a victory right there. Holy cow, hold on, I'm gonna need a screenshot of this, because Ulmus is putting in work here. Hold on, I gotta save that screenshot. That's something to behold right there. Look at the 2 damage dealers. Oh man, this team's fire right here. So let's keep going. I feel like I like this. I don't necessarily know if the Igor is a great play here. The Igor Niru might actually be not that amazing here. And I guess we could try to run other like Outlast heroes, like we could run like Freyesto. Actually, you know what? Freyesto could be pretty disgusting in this type of team too, because he has multiple illusions. Belial might be another good one because he hides in the shadows. Who else could be really good in this type of team? We need people that have very good survivability. And again, it's not that Belial's like good at surviving. It's, well, I mean, he is, because he hides in the shadows, but besides that, I mean, I feel like we have a pretty good core team built here. The problem is going to be this Vala with this attachment right here. We could even actually, you know what could be disgusting? Attaching Niru to Ulmus. I don't know. Let's stick with this. Let's see how it turns out. We actually won that first one, which is cool, and that was a all-out damage dealing team. This one has 2 support heroes pretty much. So I don't know if they're going to have enough damage to beat us before the end of the battle. This is going to be interesting to see. And if somehow Niru gets a second ultimate, which I doubt because Bala's linked to him, that means another hero can go into spirit form and delay the battle even more. But again, I don't think teams that have multiple support heroes have the damage to beat this team in time. I think that's the biggest kind of thing with this, because we have a ton of crowd control with the Aaron Ulmus combination. Damian just constantly throws out his chariot and does some insane healing. This might actually be like the best defensive team you could possibly have. And again, it's not like we might lose this on offense, but the whole point is to win it, or to not lose on defense, I guess I should say. And you can see they're picking away at the Igor. We have a lot of tombstones going around, and you can see he has that spirit form too from the Niru. I think we might actually get a win, and this is a weird Igor versus Igor match, so this is something very unique. But that second life from the Niru is actually pretty huge. The only thing I would consider doing differently, I guess, is dropping Igor for like... And again, to me, we lost this. This is going to say defeat, but in reality, this is a victory for us. We could drop him for maybe like a Thorin for a little bit more damage and damage reduction and stuff and all that funness. But let's just keep going. Let's see what else we can find with this type of team. So this is finally back to this map. You can see I was using a really weird team setup here. We got to get our squad back in here. 1, 2, we got you, and honestly we could probably chuck Niru up the top corner too. It might keep Niru a little bit safer, although this positioning is not great. I think we want to do something like this so that hopefully they don't actually grab these heroes, although I think they still will grab the Niru, so we should place it like this. Let's try that. Let's see. This has 2 support heroes again. It's got the Haywin Damian combo. This is a very, very popular meta combo that for people that don't have Scarlita. So let's see how this turns out. Again, if we can get multiple ultimates from Niru, that'd be great. The downside with Niru is he has to run into melee range to do his stuff, which is just so stupid. And again, our whole goal here is to outlast. I highly doubt this team that we have built right here has enough damage to beat this team, but what it does have is probably the survivability to outlast. As you can see right there, the first death on... Well, actually, you know what? I don't know if I like linking Niru to Igor, because the first time he dies, he doesn't consume one of the tombstones. It instead turns him into the spirit form, and then he's only dealing like 60% damage. So I don't know if I like that necessarily. I don't know if I like that, but we can set this up as a cool defensive team. That would be awesome. Ulmus is gonna go down. Oh no! Quick, get a heal on Ulmus, please. We need a heal. Yes, Damian just in time with that chariot. And again, Niru's taken Igor's taken a lot of the heat off of the Ulmus too, and it's giving time for Damian to keep summoning that chariot and keep healing the Ulmus up. And again, this is the whole point of this team, is just to not lose. We don't want to lose. That way, when people fight us on defense, we actually get victories and we get additional points. I don't know if I want to do too many more attempts with this though, because I'm kind of happy with the results already. And I really don't want to keep losing. I really just don't want to keep losing more rating just by doing this. I think we've proven that this could possibly be one of the best defensive teams around. I'm going to grab a screenshot of this one too, because it's just so good. So is Niru necessary? Maybe, maybe not. Niru might actually be better off placed on a different hero as well. But we won one on offense, and we made it to the end timer on the other 2. So rip my arena rating, but rip anybody who goes to try to attack this team, I feel like. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let me know if you found a really cool team for defense as well, and I'll see you guys next time.